It's that time again for another What's Sold video. So I am going to share what I have sold since April 1st to today, which is April 20th. If I have any sales tonight, that'll go on the next What's Sold video. I am going to let you know everything that's been selling and how long it has taken it to sell. I have not figured out how to put that link up here to be able to show you while I'm talking to you, so I'm going to take you over to my computer and do a screen share. That way you can see, and then I'll give you the total I've made so far this month. To a lot of you it might not seem a lot. To me, I'm doing great. And before we get started, don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button and give me a thumbs up if you like this kind of content. Okay, the first thing I'm going to go over is all of my Poshmark sales. This is a Coogie Vintage Black. I sold it for $18. Listed it on February 15th. It sold April 11th, so it took 56 days to sell it. It's really good condition, real pretty. I liked it a lot. And then the next is the Ralph Lauren. I listed it on February 15th. It sold on April 11th. Took 57 days to sell it. And this was one of those shirts that are in practically like new condition. It was a really, really nice looking shirt. Sold it for $15. Next, I have a pair of kids, basically youth, Ariat 4 LR boots. Sold them for $20. I listed them on March 16th, sold on April 18th, so they were on my store for about 33 days. It was a good looking pair. Next, now this was a bundled deal. She put both of these in her cart, and this was from that auction when I got all of them scrubs. I got like 28 pairs of scrubs for $30, but they all had like sun bleach. Let me pause this and scroll it back a little bit. This pair here even had like a little blue dye up around the top. And then the sun bleach is like where they were hanging in the window for a long time. So that's why I'm practically giving them away. But I listed them on March 11th. And they both sold on April 17th. So took 30 days. There's the blue spot up around the collar. Or not collar. The waistband. That's what it is. But I let them go at $7. Actually, yeah. I think I even gave her a little deal. And I paid for shipping. I think I profited like $10. So, and this was the other pair that she got. It was the blue ones. These are peaches. This one had like a little bit of dirt down here. And with them being new with tags, I didn't want to take the tags off and wash them. But I made sure I pointed out all of the flaws. And like right here, it was like a stainage or something going across the knee. And so, that was the last on Poshmark. On Mercari, I sold a 7 for All Mankind, and I listed that on April 8th, and I sold it on April 17th. And so it only took 9 days to sell those. That was a pretty quick flip. That was the only thing I sold on Mercari. And then on eBay, like I said, games and everything, they were selling pretty good. I listed this Skyrim. And, you know, it's sold pretty quick, $5 plus $3.99 shipping. Listed it and it sold. Basically not even a day, but it registers 1 day. And then the next one is Lord of the Rings. Sold it for $4.99 plus $3.99 shipping. Same thing. Listed it on April 2nd. It sold on April 2nd. It was a very quick flip. And then I sold this Wii guitar. The game I should have mentioned that the game was not part of it. I was just going with it. I listed it on March 25th. It sold on April 2nd. Took 9 days to sell. But he did call me and let me know that there was issues with the game, and he had to go out and get another game. So I reimbursed him about $10 for the game. I should have just, it was mainly the guitar I was selling. But I had the game in the picture as well, so it's kind of like it was all a package. So, took a little hit on that. But the customer's happy. And then this Rue 21. I know there's some brands that everybody says do not list those. They won't sell. Well, it sold. I listed it on March 6th, and it sold on April 3rd. So it was only on my store for 28 days. And then next, this is one of those items I got at the auction. I think it was part of that $25 table deal. And I had to list them as used because I'm not really sure if any of the thread was used from them. But they all looked in brand new condition when I researched them. Even the new spools look like that. So they gave me a best offer of $15. I went ahead and took it. I listed those on February 26th. They sold on April 4th, so it took 38 days for them to sell. And then this DeMonte. This was a really nice shirt. It was like a single stitch. Hold on, let me get to, there it is. Single needle tailoring. So I'm thinking it was probably like hand done. Had a sale going on, so I let it go for $15. Listed it on February 20th. It sold on April 5th, so it was on my store for about 45 days. And then this next one, I got these at the auction. Got the whole box of gloves for, I should have had those notes in front of me. But I've got probably a quarter invested in these gloves. I got the whole box for like $10 or $15. And so there's like 100 pair. I'm selling them two for $10. So I've got 50 orders. Listed them on March 11th. Sold my first pair on April 7th. So it took 27 days. And I think that's a pretty good price. Two for $10. I do run a little bit of a sale sometimes, dropping down $1 or $2. But they're really good gloves. I've got me a pair out in the kitchen I pull hot pans out of the oven with. Works perfectly. I love it. And then the Native Code. Sold those. I listed them on February 2nd. Sold them on April 7th. So they were on my store for about 66 days. Really great condition. Nothing wrong with them. And the next item is a Ralph Lauren Blair. Listed it on February 19th. Sold it on April 8th. So it was on my store for about 49 days. It's a really nice looking shirt. And next we have the Lee dungarees. I listed those on April 6th. They sold on April 9th, so they were only on my store for about 3 days. So I think those are pretty popular blue jeans. Now this next item, I really didn't know how to list that. To me, it's an ugly shirt, but somebody liked it. I listed it on February 28th. It sold on April 11th, so it only took 43 days to sell. And I was basically giving it away because I guess it's kind of cute. Could be a dress, I don't know. And this here, now I liked this shirt. This was sparkly and pretty. It's from Just Ginger. I'm not sure who put it out, but I listed it on March 5th and it sold on April 12th, so it was only on my store for 37 days. Still a really nice looking shirt. Yeah, I'm still learning how to do all this fun stuff. You're going to see my boo-boos. And then had a pair of new with tag Wranglers. Listed those on March 9th. Sold them on April 14th. And they were only on my store for 36 days. And then I got these records at the auction. I couldn't believe I actually got it. I believe it was like $10 or $15. But I thought they were 45s. I had to ask my dad what they were, and they were actually 78s. And so when I looked them up, they were basically back in the 1940s. I've sold 2 of them so far. And this one was listed on February 26th. Sold on the 15th. So it was on my store for about 50 days. And I still have 4 more to sell yet. But I make sure that they're able to see, you know, what records. I also let them know that it's not tested. So, you know, they're basically buying as is. And then these Tommy jeans, I listed them on April 9th. Sold on April 15th, so they were only on my store for about 7 days. And these are the clothes out of those clothes that Ray got me. Sorry about that. I had to stop the recording for a second and take care of something. But these are the clothes that Ray had got me, and I'm slowly going through and getting them done. But I sold those for $24.99 plus $8.75 shipping. And then this next item, this little guy, I have put up for sale, and then somebody would place a bid for it. I would accept it, and then they would not pay for it. I've had to open up 2 unpaid item cases on it, and then another one purchased it, and then turned around and said, "No, I don't want it. Can you cancel the order?" This last one, he actually purchased it and paid for it, and I just shipped it out today, so there ain't no getting that back. But I believe the last posting was March 12th. Sold it on April 18th, but I really don't have the estimated days because, like I said, it was sitting in limbo on my store for the longest. So I'm not really sure how long it actually would take to sell, since it sat there for like a couple weeks in somebody's cart. And then I sold another pair of those scrubs. These are Catherine Hegel. I'm not sure how to pronounce that name. But I let them go at $4.25. I've got them listed for like $6.99 or something like that. And got $5.85 shipping. It cost me about $5.50 something to ship it, I believe it was. And so that kind of works out pretty good right there. But same thing, listed March 9th, sold on April 19th, so it was on my store for 41 days. And got some of these books at the auction house as well. I've already sold one of them, which I was surprised it sold, because there was really no comps on eBay of sold comps. There was a lot of listed, but I hardly saw any sold, so I thought I was just kind of SOL on that one. And I listed it on February 28th, and it sold April 19th, so it was on my store for 51 days. And this guy, I really didn't know what to charge for this. There's some guy on Amazon that has it for like $300 and $400, and another one for $600, and it seems like it's the same exact one. I've listed it at $100, and then I dropped it down to $80, and then I dropped it down to $65, and I pretty well left. I think the last one was $55, and I just left it at $55 because I really wasn't even getting any looks at it. And so I went ahead and let it go for $40. It's going to China. Can you believe that? But it was listed on February 28th, sold April 19th. It was on my store for 51 days. But It was literally hard to find. It took me forever to find the comps on it. This was back when I first started taking photos, so I could have made the photos a whole lot better. But the shirt was in, or jersey jacket or whatever you call it, it was in really great shape. And then another Ralph Lauren, listed that on February 19th, sold it on the 20th, so it was on my store for 61 days. And another shirt that was practically in like new condition. And I believe that was it. Yep, let me get off there. You don't need to see all my goofy photos. But that's everything that has sold so far. And I hope I didn't go too fast or go too slow and bore you. That's all I have for today, so don't forget to hit subscribe, give the thumbs up, and click on that little Tinkerbell. That way you can get notified when I upload videos. I'm going to shoot for Mondays and see how that works. If not, then I might stick with Fridays. But be sure to watch for me every Monday or every Friday, and then I'll have a really steady routine going on. But thanks for watching, and come back.